Chosen one, listen closely. What I'm about to reveal isn't for everyone, it's specifically for you. Heaven has been speaking your name. You're about to be the first millionaire in your family with a divine mantle of authority. This isn't just about money. This is about the spiritual weight God is placing on your life right now. While you've been sleeping, heaven has been working. While you've been praying, angels have been positioning. Can you feel it? That restlessness in your spirit? That knowing that something is different? The enemy can feel it too, and that's why the attacks have intensified. That's why people have been acting strange around you. That's why doors have mysteriously closed. The opposition knows what God is about to do with your finances. They know the mantle of wealth coming to your life isn't just to bless you, it's to break generational curses. It's to fund kingdom assignments. It's to establish a legacy that will outlive you. You've been feeling isolated, misunderstood, even questioned if God has forgotten you. But chosen one, what looks like abandonment has actually been divine protection. What feels like delay has been development. The first millionaire mantle in your bloodline is being prepared for your shoulders right now. The wealth transfer that's about to hit your life will shock those who counted you out. God is about to use your finances as a weapon against darkness. Chosen one. Before we go deeper, pause for a moment. If this message is already speaking to your spirit, don't just watch silently. Subscribe now, so you don't miss the confirmations God sends your way. You know how the enemy tries to distract you right when you need a word the most. You were different from the beginning. Remember those moments in childhood when you just knew things, when you felt things others couldn't feel, when you saw things others couldn't see? That wasn't coincidence. That was your mantle awakening early. Your family noticed it too. Some embraced it. They'd watch you with wonder, saying things like, "This child is special." Others feared it. They tried to suppress your gifts, silence your voice, dim your light. They sensed the authority you carried even before you did. Those nights you spent crying, feeling like no one understood you. The times when other children kept their distance because your presence made them uncomfortable. The moments when adults would stare at you differently. That was the mark of divine selection. The enemy recognized your mantle before you recognized it yourself. That's why you experienced such targeted rejection. That's why jealousy followed you, even when you had nothing to be envied for. Your spiritual identity announced itself long before your success ever did. Look back at your family history. Notice the patterns of almost breakthrough. See the moments where wealth almost transferred, but something always happened. That wasn't bad luck. That was strategic spiritual warfare against your bloodline. For generations, the mantle you now carry has been fighting to manifest. Your ancestors carried pieces of it, the vision, the work ethic, the integrity, the faith, but you are the convergence point. In you, God has combined every spiritual gift needed to break the cycles of lack. That's why your struggles have felt so personal. They are. That's why your battles have been so intense. They had to be. God wasn't punishing you. He was preparing you to carry a weight of glory and wealth that previous generations couldn't sustain. Chosen one. The moment your spirit awakened to your true identity, every demonic force assigned to your bloodline went into emergency mode. They recognized what you didn't yet see, that your elevation threatens their long-standing assignment. Remember that person who suddenly turned against you? The one whose eyes changed when you shared your dreams? The one who smiled to your face but worked against you behind closed doors? That wasn't just human behavior. That was a vessel being used to attack your destiny. When darkness can't stop you directly, it sends people close to you. People you trust, people you've helped, people you've loved. Their sudden betrayal wasn't random. It was calculated. The enemy always targets relationships when a mantle is being transferred. Look at how money keeps slipping through your fingers. Look at how opportunities come close but then mysteriously disappear. Notice how your health gets attacked right before major breakthroughs. These aren't coincidences. They're coordinated strikes against your calling. Your very presence has become a threat. Have you noticed how some people can't stand being around you anymore? How they make excuses to leave when you enter a room? How they find fault with everything you do? It's because your light is exposing what's hidden in them. What's happening to you isn't personal failure, it's spiritual warfare. What looks like bad luck is targeted opposition. The level of attack against you reveals the level of glory coming to you. The enemy doesn't waste resources fighting those who pose no threat. The attacks confirm your identity. The betrayals validate your calling. The warfare announces your worth. Don't be discouraged by opposition. Be confirmed by it. Your enemies are prophesying your future through their fear of what God is doing in you. There's a divine reason for this season of isolation you're experiencing. What feels like rejection is actually protection. God has separated you to save you from influences that would contaminate your calling. Every great mantle carrier must go through wilderness training. Moses had 40 years. Joseph had the prison. David had the caves. Jesus had the desert. Your wilderness isn't punishment. It's preparation for power that untested vessels cannot handle. Notice how God has been stripping away financial security, those unexpected bills, the job loss, the business setback. God wasn't trying to hurt you. He was breaking your dependence on human systems so you could experience supernatural provision. The relationships that suddenly dissolved weren't your true connections. God removed people who couldn't accompany you to your next level. They were attached to your past, not your future. They loved who you were, not who you're becoming. Their assignment in your life had expired. Remember that unexpected check that came just when you had nothing? That door that opened when all others closed? That stranger who blessed you for no reason? That wasn't luck. It was your first taste of the supernatural economy you're being shifted into. Your wilderness is not a wasteland, it's a training ground. It's where you learn to hear God's voice without distraction. It's where you develop spiritual muscles that will be required for the weight of glory coming. It's where your character is forged to match your calling. What looks like divine abandonment is actually divine alignment. God hasn't forgotten you in this lonely place. He's focusing on you. He's developing you. He's preparing you to carry a blessing that would have destroyed the unprepared version of you. Chosen one, there comes a moment when heaven no longer waits for your preparation. It acts. The mantle that has been hovering over your life is now descending with full force. This isn't gradual anymore. This is sudden. This is now. Many have prayed for what's being placed on you, but God selected you. The authority now resting on your shoulders isn't earned, it's granted. It's not achievement, it's assignment. The weight you feel isn't burden, it's glory. You'll begin experiencing physical signs of this mantle. Sudden heat in your hands, unexpected tears during prayer, dreams so vivid they feel more real than waking life. Your body is responding to spiritual power it wasn't designed to contain. Don't fear these manifestations. They confirm the transfer is happening. Watch for the first major confirmation. Someone will be healed through your words. A prophetic utterance will come to pass exactly as you spoke it. Money will appear from an unexpected source. God is giving you tangible proof that this isn't in your head. It's His hand at work. But be prepared. The warfare will intensify immediately. The enemy always attacks what God anoints. The moment the mantle fully activates, opposition will rise to new levels. Friends will question your sanity. Family will doubt your stability. Religious people will challenge your authority. This is the crossroads where many chosen ones retreat. They feel the heat of warfare and run back to safety. They taste the power, but fear the responsibility. Don't be among those who received the mantle but never fully wore it. The mantle of wealth coming upon you now isn't just for comfort, it's for conquest. It's not prosperity for pleasure, it's provision for purpose. God is entrusting you with kingdom resources because He's about to send you into enemy territory. Listen, I know you're watching quietly, just taking everything in. But chosen ones like you don't come across these messages by accident. If this is touching your soul, hit that subscribe button. Don't keep walking through spiritual warfare alone when a whole family of chosen ones is right here with you. The most painful betrayal is coming from the place you least expect it. That spiritual mentor you trusted, that leader you honored, that friend who seemed so supportive. God is about to reveal their hidden jealousy of what He's doing in your life. They've smiled while watching you struggle. They've offered help that subtly held you back. They've spoken encouraging words while secretly hoping you'd fail. This exposure will hurt deeply, but it's necessary. God is removing every mask before your next level of elevation. A financial attack is being launched against you right now. Unexpected expenses, contract cancellations, delayed payments. This isn't random financial pressure. It's targeted spiritual warfare. The enemy is trying to destroy your foundation and credibility right before your breakthrough. God is pulling back the curtain to show you the coordinated plan against your destiny. Those weren't isolated incidents. They were connected attacks. Those weren't coincidental setbacks. They were strategic strikes. Multiple people and circumstances have been working together to block your millionaire mantle. But here's the divine twist. What was meant to destroy you will promote you. The betrayal designed to discredit you will distinguish you. The financial attack meant to bankrupt you will actually bankroll you. God is using your enemies to position you. Their opposition is creating your opportunity. Their rejection is directing your connection. Their betrayal is building your breakthrough. What they intended for evil, God is turning for extraordinary good. This is why you must forgive them, not because they deserve it, but because you're moving into a level of authority where bitterness will block your blessings. Their actions will be judged, but not by your hands. Heaven is already responding to what was done against you. The wealth transfer that's coming will shock those who plotted against you. The favor about to be released will confuse those who counted you out. The supernatural intervention heading your way will silence those who spoke against your calling. Chosen one, the time has come for God to deal directly with your remaining doubts. The gentle nudges are over. The soft whispers have ended. God is now confronting the areas where you've been holding back, where fear still has a grip on your heart. This confrontation isn't punishment, it's promotion. God only confronts what He's committed to transforming. He only addresses what He's about to elevate. The areas where you feel His pressure most intensely are the very places where your greatest authority is about to manifest. A divine purification has begun in your life. Notice the sudden intolerance for things you used to enjoy, the growing discomfort with certain relationships, the increasing sensitivity to compromise. This isn't religious legalism, it's spiritual alignment. God is burning away the final ties to your old identity. Prepare for a night of spiritual wrestling that will mark you forever. Just as Jacob wrestled with God and walked away with both a limp and a blessing, you're entering a divine encounter that will leave you forever changed. This won't be comfortable, but it will be transformational. This confrontation will target your deepest fears about wealth, the belief that money is evil, the fear that abundance will corrupt you, the worry that prosperity will separate you from God. These lies have been blocking your millionaire mantle, and God is now directly challenging them. The questions keeping you awake at night aren't just your anxious thoughts, they're divine invitations to surrender. Each question marks a territory God wants to claim fully. Each doubt highlights an area where your faith needs stretching. Each fear reveals where your next breakthrough awaits. After this divine confrontation, a new level of authority will manifest in your life. Words you speak will carry immediate power. Prayers you pray will bring instant results. Blessings you release will manifest quickly. This isn't just increased anointing, it's elevated spiritual rank. Complete surrender is the only path forward. Not partial obedience, not selective yielding, not conditional trust. The mantle of the millionaire prophet requires total abandonment to divine purpose. The wealth coming to your life requires a vessel fully yielded to heaven's agenda. Chosen one, you're about to receive revelation about wealth that will transform your financial reality forever. What you've been taught about money in religious circles has been incomplete at best, deceptive at worst. God is now opening your eyes to the true nature of kingdom economics. In God's economy, wealth is a weapon of spiritual warfare. Poverty isn't holy, it's a curse. Lack isn't spiritual, it's limitation. The wealth transfer coming to your life isn't just about your comfort, it's about cosmic conflict. Your financial breakthrough is a strategic move in a spiritual war. God is downloading divine strategies for wealth that will contradict conventional wisdom. Ideas will come in dreams, concepts will appear during prayer, blueprints will form in your mind during worship. These strategies won't make sense to financial advisors because they're not natural, they're supernatural. People you've never met are being positioned to connect with you. Wealthy individuals with kingdom mindsets, business owners with prophetic giftings, entrepreneurs with angelic assistance. God is forming divine connections that will accelerate your wealth journey beyond human timelines. Your first major financial miracle is about to manifest. An unexpected check, a surprise inheritance, a sudden contract, a miraculous debt cancellation. This won't be your full breakthrough, but it will be the undeniable sign that the wealth transfer has begun. This wealth will impact generations. The financial decisions you make in the next 12 months will still be bearing fruit in your family line 100 years from now. The businesses you start will outlive you. The investments you make will fund kingdom work long after you're gone. The responsibility feels heavy because it is. The pressure feels intense because it matters. The warfare feels personal because it's pivotal. Your financial breakthrough isn't just changing your life, it's shifting your entire generational line. God is breaking the cycle of almost wealth in your family. The pattern of getting close to breakthrough but falling short ends with you. The curse of working hard but having little to show stops at your feet. You are the wealth gate for your bloodline, chosen one. Right when your breakthrough begins manifesting, a coordinated attack will arise. This isn't random opposition, it's an organized council of accusers. Multiple people from different areas of your life will suddenly turn against you at once. Watch as accusations come from every direction. Family members questioning your mental stability, friends suggesting your faith has become extreme, colleagues implying your integrity is compromised, church members whispering that your pursuit of wealth is ungodly. This synchronized attack is no coincidence. They'll attempt to humiliate you publicly. False stories will circulate. Private conversations will be twisted and exposed. Past mistakes will be magnified and broadcast. The goal is clear: to make you retreat in shame, to make you abandon your calling, to make you doubt the mantle God placed on you. This warfare will intensify until it affects your physical body. Unexplained headaches, sudden fatigue, digestive issues that doctors can't diagnose, sleep disruptions that leave you exhausted, mental fog that makes simple decisions difficult. These aren't just health problems, they're manifestations of spiritual attack. Don't defend yourself. Your vindication isn't coming from your words, but from divine action. When God steps in to expose your accusers, it will happen with shocking speed. People will see the true motives behind the attacks. Hidden jealousy will be revealed. Secret alliances against you will be uncovered. What the enemy meant for your destruction, God will use for your distinction. The very public nature of the attack will make your vindication equally visible. The very people who witnessed your accusation will witness your elevation. The shame designed to bury you will become the stage that displays you. Your accusers intended to end your story, but they've only set the stage for your most powerful chapter. They wanted to silence your voice, but they've actually amplified it. They tried to diminish your influence, but they've unwittingly expanded it. God allowed this council to form, not because he abandoned you, but because he's about to use their attack as the backdrop for the greatest display of his favor in your life. Your accusers have become your announcers. Their opposition is your opportunity. Their rejection is your runway to elevation. Chosen one. After the public accusation comes the private devastation. You're entering the midnight hour of your journey, the darkest moment, when even your prayers seem to hit the ceiling and fall back empty. When your faith feels like nothing more than empty words. This midnight crisis will feel like complete divine abandonment. The same God who spoke so clearly will seem silent. The presence that once felt so near will feel distant. The promises that burned so bright will grow dim. This isn't punishment, it's the final pressing, the ultimate refining. Your faith will be tested beyond any previous limits. Not just tested for a day or a week, but pressed to the absolute edge of breaking. You'll question everything. Did you really hear God? Was the mantle real? Is the millionaire calling authentic? These aren't doubts, they're labor pains. Your breakthrough is closer than you think. When you reach the absolute limit of your strength, when you have nothing left, when you've exhausted every resource and strategy, that's when the visitation comes. Not a gentle whisper this time, but an undeniable divine encounter that changes everything in a moment. This midnight visitation brings more than comfort. It brings transmission. Sacred knowledge reserved only for those who've proven faithful through fire. Financial strategies too advanced for the immature. Spiritual authority too weighty for the untested. Wealth principles hidden from casual seekers. The secrets downloaded in this midnight moment will become the foundation of your millionaire mantle. They'll distinguish you from those with mere money. They'll separate you from those with wealth but no wisdom. They'll elevate you beyond those who pursue prosperity without purpose. What you receive in this secret midnight encounter cannot be learned in business books. It won't be taught in investment seminars. It's not available in financial courses. This is ancient wisdom, heavenly intelligence, divine strategy reserved for true mantle carriers. This midnight breakthrough will forever divide your life into before and after. Nothing will look the same. Nothing will feel the same. The person who emerges from this encounter isn't just wealthier. They're fundamentally transformed, carrying an authority that money alone can never buy. Stop right here. If you haven't subscribed yet, ask yourself why. Every time you search for clarity, every time you feel overwhelmed, God guides you to messages like this. Don't reject what heaven is trying to give you. Subscribe so you stay connected to the voice that lifts you when no one else does. Chosen one. After your midnight breakthrough, God begins bringing divine connections into your life, not casual relationships, not surface-level networking. These are covenant connections, people carrying mantles that perfectly complement yours. You'll recognize them instantly. There will be an immediate knowing in your spirit, conversations that feel like you've known each other for lifetimes, shared visions that neither of you discussed before, matching confirmations that cannot be coincidence. These aren't just friends, they're divine assignments. Together, you'll form strategic alliances that multiply your individual impact. What you could do alone will be multiplied by 5, by 10, by 100. Resources will flow between you without contractual demands. Wisdom will be shared without competitive edge. Authority will be honored without power struggles. Watch for the spiritual elders who will suddenly take notice of you. People with decades of walking with God who will seek you out, pull you aside, and confirm what's been happening in secret. Their validation isn't what makes your calling real, but it will silence the lingering voices of doubt. God is revealing your unique role within a larger divine movement. You're not just a blessed individual, you're a strategic piece in a heavenly plan. Your wealth isn't isolated prosperity, it's connected capital. Your influence isn't personal platform, it's kingdom positioning. This remnant gathering around you carries pieces of the same vision, different gifts, different backgrounds, different strengths, but aligned purpose. The wealth strategies God downloads to one will complement the authority God gives to another. The favor one carries will open doors for all. In this divine company, you'll finally feel understood. The loneliness that's followed you for years will dissolve. The constant need to explain yourself will end. These people get you. They recognize the mantle because they carry weight themselves. They understand the pressure because they feel it too. Your place in this remnant isn't random. It's been planned since before you were born. The connections forming now were established in heaven long before they manifested on earth. What looks like new relationship is actually ancient alliance being restored. Chosen one, with your remnant gathered and your midnight breakthrough complete, God activates weapons of spiritual warfare through you. The authority now flowing through your words, your hands, your very presence will break generational curses with shocking power. Family cycles that have persisted for decades will shatter at your command. Addiction, poverty, division, mental illness. When you speak against these curses, they won't just weaken, they'll collapse completely. What took generations to build will fall in moments when you stand in your full authority. Signs and wonders will begin manifesting around you as confirmation of your mantle. People will be healed without you even praying for them. Prophetic words will come out of your mouth with pinpoint accuracy. Financial miracles will happen in your presence. These aren't just to amaze, they're heaven's endorsement. God is revealing how to operate in realms of glory and power that few have accessed. Most believers live in the outer courts, but you're being invited into the Holy of Holies. Most experience God's hand, but you're being shown His ways. Most know His acts, but you're learning His patterns. The level of authority you now carry comes with specific strategies for dismantling enemy strongholds. Not just resisting darkness, but actively pushing it back. Not just defending against attack, but launching offensive moves against spiritual opposition. Not just surviving warfare, but winning territory. These divine weapons operate with minimal spiritual cost to you. Before, every battle left you drained. Now, you'll fight from rest. Before, victory came with exhaustion. Now, triumph brings increased strength. Before, confrontation depleted you. Now, it actually energizes you. You're learning to war from the throne, not the battlefield. to speak with authority, not anxiety, to command with confidence, not desperation. This is mature spiritual warfare, calm, precise, effective, with heaven's full backing and minimal personal strain. The mantle of the millionaire prophet carries weapons beyond money. Yes, financial abundance is coming, but it's only one weapon in your arsenal. The real power is in the spiritual authority that money serves, the divine purpose that wealth funds, and the kingdom advance that prosperity fuels. Chosen one. The season of financial struggle is ending. Divine connections to unexpected provision are appearing suddenly in your life. That random phone call, that surprising email, that unexpected meeting, these aren't coincidences. They're heaven-orchestrated wealth transfers beginning to manifest. People with resources will seek you out without explanation. Investors will approach you with interest in ideas you haven't even shared publicly. Business owners will offer partnerships that make no logical sense but perfect spiritual sense. Your name is being whispered in rooms you've never entered. God is downloading strategies for wealth multiplication that defy conventional financial wisdom. These aren't get-rich-quick schemes, they're supernatural acceleration principles. Not risky investments, but divinely protected opportunities. Not chance ventures, but heaven-backed certainties. Watch as long-standing financial curses over your family line suddenly break. The pattern of working hard but staying broke. The cycle of almost success followed by devastating loss. The strange disappearance of money no matter how much comes in. These generational chains are shattering now. Doors that remained locked for your parents, grandparents, and ancestors are swinging wide open for you. The loans they were denied, you'll be offered. The opportunities they missed, you'll receive. The resources they lacked, you'll have in abundance. You are the answer to their prayers. Financial breakthrough will come with shocking speed. Not the slow, steady growth most experience, but sudden, dramatic increase that cannot be explained by normal market forces. Wealth that takes most people decades to build will manifest for you in months. This wealth carries divine protection. What God establishes, enemies cannot dismantle. What heaven provides, thieves cannot steal. What the Spirit multiplies, markets cannot crash. Your financial foundation isn't built on shifting sand. It's established on spiritual bedrock. The transfer isn't just of money, but of ownership, properties, businesses, assets. Things built by others will be placed in your hands, not because you're lucky, but because you're chosen. Not because you're special, but because you're strategic. Not because you deserve it, but because God decreed it. Chosen one, with wealth established, God now positions you for unprecedented influence. Divine favor with authorities and decision-makers begins manifesting in unmistakable ways. People in power will seek your counsel. Leaders will request your presence. Gatekeepers will grant you access. Conversations that would normally take months to arrange will happen in days. Meetings that typically require multiple connections will come through direct invitation. Your calls will be answered. Your messages will receive responses. Your requests will be prioritized. This isn't luck. It's supernatural favor. Doors to platforms of influence will open without human assistance. Media opportunities, speaking invitations, publishing offers, community leadership positions. These platforms won't come through your striving or networking. They'll appear suddenly, divinely orchestrated, perfectly timed. The most shocking validation will come from unexpected secular sources. People with no spiritual understanding will nonetheless recognize something different about you. Industry leaders who don't acknowledge God will still acknowledge the exceptional nature of your work, your wisdom, your impact. This recognition isn't about feeding your ego. It's about fulfilling your mission. The visibility isn't for vanity, it's for kingdom advancement. The platform isn't for personal fame, it's for prophetic function. God is positioning you where your voice will carry maximum impact. Every promotion coming your way serves a specific divine purpose. Each new level of access connects to a heavenly assignment. Every expanded platform relates to kingdom objectives that were planned long before you were born. Your elevation isn't random, it's precisely calculated. The influence you now carry changes atmospheres. When you enter rooms, the spiritual climate shifts. When you speak in meetings, wisdom flows. When you join projects, supernatural momentum builds. Your presence carries more than personal charisma. It brings kingdom authority. From this throne of influence, you'll make decisions that impact thousands, even millions of lives. Policies will be shaped, resources will be allocated, organizations will be directed, movements will be influenced. The mantle that started with personal prosperity now extends to societal transformation. Chosen one, lift your eyes beyond the present moment. God is granting you vision to see centuries into your future. The decisions you make now, the wealth you build, the authority you walk in, these aren't just for your lifetime. They stretch forward through generations yet unborn. Your great-grandchildren will tell stories about you, not just about the money you made, but about the mantle you carried, not just about the businesses you built, but about the spiritual authority you walked in. Your name will become synonymous with the moment everything changed for your bloodline. God is downloading specific strategies for protecting and expanding this blessing. Divine wisdom for creating structures that outlive you. Supernatural insight for establishing safeguards around your wealth. Heavenly blueprints for ensuring your children and their children continue walking in this anointing. These strategies aren't just financial, they're spiritual. Ways to transfer not just your resources, but your revelation. Not just your assets, but your anointing. Not just your money, but your mantle. The greatest inheritance you'll leave isn't in your bank account, it's in your spiritual DNA. As your legacy begins taking shape, expect the final and fiercest confrontation with spiritual opposition. This isn't just another attack. It's the enemy's last desperate attempt to prevent generational transformation. The warfare will be intense because the stakes are eternal. Forces that have held your family line in poverty for centuries will launch their ultimate assault. Principalities assigned to regions will recognize the threat you pose to their long-standing dominion. Powers that have controlled wealth systems will see in you their greatest challenge. But this battle has already been decided. Heaven has already declared you victorious. What looks like a final, desperate attack is actually the enemy's death rattle. What feels like overwhelming opposition is actually the last gasp of a defeated foe. Through this final confrontation, you'll be elevated to a level of spiritual authority that permanently alters your family trajectory. The poverty mindset that plagued your ancestors ends with you. The financial struggles that defined your family story stop at your feet. The limitation that haunted generation after generation is broken by your obedience. Your children will start where you finish. Your grandchildren will build on their foundation. Your descendants will walk in levels of abundance, authority, and anointing that would have seemed impossible just one generation before you. This isn't just personal success, it's generational revolution. The mantle of the millionaire prophet doesn't end with you. It expands through you. What began as personal prosperity becomes family legacy. What started as individual calling becomes generational assignment. What was given to one becomes inheritance for many. Before you go, chosen one, don't forget, The fact that you made it to the end of this message means something. Your spirit needed this. Don't walk away without subscribing. It costs nothing, but it means everything for the journey God is taking you on. Join the family. Your breakthrough might be in the next video.